Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine. I have a 7-card spread here for you. This is going to be about the weekend energy for the first weekend in June, which is the June 4th, 5th, and 6th, 2021 for all zodiac signs. I wanted to do this weekend because we are in Mercury retrograde, so I want to see what energies Mercury retrograde is bringing in for us on this weekend. All right, so let's get started with the first card. First, I'd like to say this video is not made for kids. If you're under the age of 18, please click off now. This channel is my brand and I don't attempt to copy it for any reason. And if you want a personal reading, contact me with the information down below and I'll get back at you. Okay, for the first one we have the Hermit. The Hermit does represent Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So this is for some of you Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns, or anyone for that matter. I see some of you doing a lot of thinking this weekend about which way your direction is going in life. Mercury retrograde is throwing a curveball at us. Things are happening that we didn't expect. It brings in energies like that. So a lot of us are thinking to ourselves, why is this happening now? Why is my job ending now? Why is my relationship ending now? Why am I having trouble with my relationship now? Why is my phone lagging? Why is my computer spinning and not logging on? Why is all electronics slow? Well, that's Mercury retrograde. That's what it does. If you don't know what Mercury retrograde is, go look at the video on my channel. It's the very first one on top that pops up. It explains everything. And it's a planet. They call it the redo planet, and it just comes and redoes everything. It pushes things out of our life that we no longer have a need for. Like, let's say you're in a bad relationship, it'll push you right out of it. If you're stuck in one, it'll push you right out of it. All right? So, for the next card we have is the Swords. This is the 9 of Swords. I see some of you are depressed. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I'm also seeing, not Taurus, I'm sorry, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Yes, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm sorry, y'all. And I'm seeing that some of you are depressed. You're crying about stuff. Maybe you're crying about a bad breakup or loss of a job. Again, Mercury retrograde is bringing this stuff in. You can't seem to get out of bed. Maybe you're crying about someone who went to prison because this is a prison card. Or maybe you've created a own self-imprisonment in your mind. You got thoughts that you can't get out of. That's why it's right next to the Hermit, where you're thinking, and you just can't get out of this mood. You can't get out of this way of thinking. Okay, well, it's time to stop that. It's time to get out of it. You know, pray, meditate, listen to music, whatever it takes, but get out of that depression and move forward, because this is not a good energy to be in. Okay? Now, for some of you that are crying about a breakup, well, here comes the X right back. Okay, this is the Knight of Wands. This is the card of the player, of the X coming in. Okay, so again, with Mercury retrograde, it makes X's come back because they get nostalgic. They start thinking about the past, what they once had with you, what they could have had with you, what they lost with you. So they try to contact you. I am seeing Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius here would be the strongest. But, you know, any ex can come back at any time. The only problem is these exes do not stay. They leave after Mercury retrograde goes direct. Okay, and it'll go direct, I think, either the 17th or the 20th. I have to look it up. But in June, so we'll be there pretty soon. I would not accept any offers from the ex because I do see he's coming in with an apology, which is right here. Excuse me, in this card here. So I'll explain that in a minute. But they're only coming in not because they want you, but because they want to get in your good graces to see what they can get out of you. Okay, so if that's what you're crying about, you might as well get over it and move on, because they're not going to stay. This card also represents taking a short trip. Now, maybe a short trip for a job where you might run into the ex, or a short trip. And that doesn't necessarily mean an ex, like ex-boyfriend. It could also mean ex-friends as well, ex-relatives. Anything that's an ex could mean that too. But if you are going on a short trip, I'm going to tell you right now, be careful, because in Mercury retrograde, we have a lot of crashes, car crashes, plane crashes. There's been 3 plane crashes that I know of so far that I've seen on the news. Says we've had Mercury retrograde. So I would not travel by plane right now. If you're going to go in your car, pack as if you were to break down. That way you will be prepared with extra blankets, water, you know, extra cell phone card or cord or whatever. but just be careful if you have to travel, okay? Because this is if you're going on a short, quick trip. You see how the horse is flying up in the air? This means rushed in energy fast, okay? So if you're going on a short, quick, fast trip, be careful, or any trip for that matter. But this is the lover rushing back in, wanting to tell you something, okay? What is it that he wants to tell you? Here we have the Three of Swords. In the upright, this is the heartbreak that you're crying about. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know, something come over me all of a sudden. This was the heartbreak, a third party. You see how the background is raining, real doomy, gloomy. And there's a pierced heart here because there was a third party. Okay, but now it's in the reverse. I am seeing a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. Also, sorry, I had to think about that. Also, now that it's in the reverse, which it fell in the reverse, this X here in the Knight of Wands is bringing in an apology. So when they come in, they're going to be like, I need to talk to you. There's something I want to say. I'm sorry for what I did. I didn't mean for it to happen. Oops, it was an accident. I wasn't really going to kiss them, but it just happened. I wasn't going to sleep with them, but it just happened. I didn't mean to do it. Not all that is crap. Don't believe it because it's not sincere. It's only to get your attention, to see if you're going to let them back in, to see what they can get out of you or do, or what you can do for them. Okay? So that's one thing right there. Do not fall for that, guys. Do not fall for that, ladies, because you will regret it. All right? I'm telling you right now. Also, truths come out with this too. If you didn't know the truth about why they did what they did, they could possibly tell you the truth, because Mercury retrograde does that. It forces people to tell the truth, or you'll find out some other kind of way, but you will see a truth. Okay? So now, if you accept that, you're going to be like this fool here and fall off the cliff. You see, this fool's going on, in the upright is going on a new adventure. He's got his bag packed. Everything looks happy, bright, brand new day. He's in his thoughts, though. Back here, the blue represents thoughts. The yellow represents brand new day. But he's looking up instead of forward or down, so he's about to fall off the cliff. And even the dog here is warning him, look, you're making a huge mistake. Don't fall off that cliff. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So it's in the reverse. What does that mean? That means you listened to this fool over here and you fell off the cliff. It means there was a huge delay in your plans, or things didn't go right, postponements, stuff like that. Don't listen to the ex, because you will fall off the cliff like this fool. You'll delay your own future. If you do, you'll delay your own blessings that are supposed to come in for you, but you haven't closed that. Excuse me. You haven't closed that door. And as long as you don't close the door to the past, the future can't come in. Okay? Close the door to the past. Close the door to what no longer serves you. If something isn't making you happy, let it go. If something is making you cry, let it go. If something isn't going right, let it go. You can't force things. The universe doesn't work that way, okay? Close the door. What doesn't no longer work for you, so then you can come in, all right? So now with the Pentacles, this is the card of help coming in. So I am seeing a lot of you that are having financial struggles, but I do see this weekend there's a third party that's coming in to help you. See all the coins floating around? The man here is very passionate about helping these people because he's wearing red and he's giving coins to these poor people. But if you notice, the scales are balanced. So that means your finances will be balancing out when a third party comes in to help you. I do see some of you are waiting on something. You could still be waiting on the stimulus check, or you're waiting on a check or a loan, or maybe someone's going to give you a gift of money, or you're going to suddenly win some money or something like that. But there is money coming from a third party here. So I do see that for a lot of people. Pray it into existence. I can't stress that enough. Pray, 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 pray. Pray it into existence. Speak it into existence. I keep doing that all the time. I'm going to win the lottery. I'm going to win the lottery. I've already won. That check is in the mail. You know, you got to speak things into existence. The universe can hear you, and it'll bring things forth. Don't ever speak nothing ill or bad about anybody, because you can turn karma around and it can actually happen to you. So be careful what you speak. The tongue is deadly. It cuts like a knife. And there's a scripture in the Bible about that, about how deadly the tongue is. So be very careful with your words, okay? Now, at the end, we have the Emperor. This is an authority figure. So I also see some of you dealing with some type of authority figure this weekend. It could be your boss, and I think this pertains to me. I can't really speak on it, but yeah. Anyway, jump over that one. A lot of you are going to be dealing with authority figures. It could be your boss, a policeman, a judge, an attorney. This person has got their feet firmly planted on the ground, if you notice that. One leg, if you notice, is covered and one isn't. That represents balance. Very balanced, strong person. Maybe you're going to be facing a judge. This thing he's got holding up here represents his power. So he does have power. He has power to make things change, make things move. And if you notice, there's also a ball. This ball here represents the world in his hand. So he has authority over a lot of things. Okay, worldly things. So maybe you're waiting to hear from a trial or a court date or something legal, anything like that, something from your job that you requested, just all kinds of stuff. So we're going to manifest that. Okay, you're going to manifest that. You're going to pray on it. You're going to manifest it. Just keep it going. Keep it moving. Don't forget to pray. Don't forget to, again, speak things into existence. All right? So, yeah, that is your energy for this weekend. And it's the June 4, 5, and 6 weekend, Mercury retrograde weekend. This is the first weekend of the retrograde. And this is why I wanted to do it, because I want to see what energies we have for all signs. This is for all signs. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye.